I've been hanging around with these Enfields now for about 5 years, pretty close to 5 years. And 3 days back, I purchased my 10th new UCE bike. So in total, I've had about 6 C5s, plus a new carby one. So that's a 350 carby, a B5, and a Continental GT back in 2014 when they first released. So, like I said, including this one now, this 2017 plated C5, 10 in total. So I've had a few of them, so I've got a rough idea what they're like. Out of those, I had, 2 chrome blacks, a chrome maroon, the limited edition green dispatch, the tan and the blue lagoon. That was the last one I bought, 16 plated. Then I went away from them for a few months and swung over and bought a Honda CRF 250 Rally. I didn't like it much at all. So then I bought a Kawasaki Verzi X300, which I didn't think was a bad bike at all, but I bought both of them to go on dirt roads, got on the dirt road, didn't like it, so now back to an Enfield and had a crack at this Graphite Chrome. So far, looks good. So anyway, to celebrate bike number 10, I just thought I'd get down and to the computer and write a bit of song about the bike and whip that at the end of the video to see if it gives it a bit more bite. Got my wife roped in on the act to see if she could have a go at singing it. Couldn't get anyone else to sing it. I don't sing anyway, so there wasn't much choice. Didn't know anyone that would sing it at this stage, so it was a toss of the coin. It was either me or her. I definitely wasn't singing it, so she had no choice. So apart from that, I plan to run maybe, I don't know, I might have a go at 8 or 10 videos and see how it goes. So if you're interested in knowing a bit about Enfields, or you want to fill in a bit of spare time, I suppose the time would be to hit the subscribe button and see what happens. So in the videos I'll be going through this intro, maybe in the 2-part series. This will be just talk about what's going to happen, and number 2 will be going over to the bike and fix it and tell you what I'm going to fix on it before I even take it for a test drive. Because at this stage I haven't been on the bike. It's only got 17 kilometres on the bike, so even though it's brand new and looks perfect, now none of them are perfect. If you don't go in and fix a few items before you get on the bike, you're going to have bloody trouble with them straight off. So the smart idea is go in, fix these few items which are minor, and I know them well enough to go in and fix them first because I've experienced it all before, and fix them first, and then hopefully everything will be right on your first ride, and it'll be a lot better ride for you. After then we'll have a video, I'd say, on how I go through the oil change procedure, because these have got a sight glass on the side, and these are a bastard of things if ever I've seen a bike to put oil in a bike and get it right. You can put it in one spot and get the oil right, and put it in another spot and it shows no oil. The next thing, if you put oil in it, it'll fill the bike up and it'll blow it out through the air filter breather pipe and stuff like that. So they are a bit of a pain in the ass to do that. So we'll go through the oil changes, how many I do in the first critical services up into 1,000 mile or 1,600 k's. And even though they are new bikes, they're not made like jet bikes, they're made pretty crude, so a smart person will do a few oil changes in the first 1,000 because they're just not built to the tolerance of a good bike. So after that, I'll tell you what sort of oil I use, where I set the level, where I get my filters from, what slack I run on the chain, or how I set my chain up. Just basic stuff, but it'll all be handy for the person who wants to know this sort of stuff. And most of the stuff I see on the tube will, most of the crap's only crap anyway, so I don't even take notice what they say. And this is from 5 years experience of trial error and what I found out from good sites, what I belong to on forums who the blokes know what they do. And you only need one bloke that knows what he's doing. He's better than 10 that don't know what they're doing, so that's the best way to put it. After that we'll go on some run-ins, and while I run the bike in until it's classed as what I call running, take it for a few good bursts. Then I'll add a few a few go faster goodies, I think, plus a few visuals on it to dress it up a bit. And I must admit, from scratch, these bikes look alright, but in actual fact they are really gutless wonders. They are. You look at them like this and you say to yourself, I could ride this around, but with 27 horsepower they are friggin' gutless bikes. But for $400 you can have that gutless bike running that well, that it'll go along at 100 kilometres an hour, pull the good hills and stuff like that in top gear, and you'll be there friggin' smiling away and the exhaust will be banging away. If you look at another one, another thing too, I've not only had the 500s, I had the 350 when it was released, the Carby. I found when I had the Carby version that just by a $120 option on the Carby, the 350 Carby, I found I had both of them at once, the 350 Carby and the 500 air pipe, and I found the 350 Carby was as quick around town as the 500cc with a bolt-on, but out on the road, not the case. But the 500 with bolt-ons would blow the shit out of a 350, like naturally.